Hello everyone and welcome back to the Global Business Update with TA. I've been out for a little break, but I am back with the latest developments in the global business world and the weekly updates. The Arab world has a new tech hub. UAE, United Arab Emirates, is emerging as the tech hub of the Middle East, and some recent developments including partnerships and new deals with already existing tech hubs such as Israel, and also providing better working access to expatriates. In fact, they are providing multiple different work options whereby they invite tech expatriates to come to UAE and work from there is also helping this cause, and they are attracting investments from leading tech investment firms such as SoftBank and Sequoia Capital. Worldwide, the agriculture nightmares keep on aggravating. Well, if you take some of the key farming destinations such as Indonesia, Vietnam, they were dependent on Russia, Belarus for their fertilizer, more than 40% in fact. Even China is heavily dependent on Russia and Belarus for their fertilizer. But recent sanctions have prevented access to these very vital components of the farming, and this problem gets further compounded with some of the massive rise of prices of oil, seeds, machinery, the transportation costs are rising, and the list keeps going on and growing on. Now, China, on the other hand, leaving aside some of the recent political differences, they have stepped up the purchase of corn from America. Maybe America is actually benefiting from one sense on this, but the lack of fertilizer due to this Ukraine and Russian conflict is in fact going to be a massive problem. And some of the other more country-specific developments, such as Morocco deciding to cut off some of the tomato supplies to Europe in order to control the prices at home during the Ramadan season, are also further adding to the growing list of agriculture woes. On the energy front, you may think that the long queues for fuel is actually a typical Sri Lankan problem, but it seems to be something that is rampant around the world. To begin with, Nigeria is having an issue where they are unable to obtain the required gasoline for their vehicles, and there are massive queues for more than 1 month now. And this also adds to the problem of not being able to generate the required electricity for the country as well. Meanwhile, South Africa is looking at capping the oil prices and rationing the provision of oil due to certain supply issues. And with regard to Indian Oil Company, on a front more closer to us as Sri Lankans, we do see that Indian Oil Company is actually betting on a new project of tallow oil, which is taking place in Kenya. It's a $13.4 billion project, and Indian Oil Company is also betting on a stake for them. Looks like the energy security is going to be a massive debate over a long time period to come. And added to this, we also see that Europe is trying to reduce the dependency on Russian gas, natural gas, for which they mainly use for their heating purposes. And currently, it's around 35 to 40% of Europe's gas requirement is provided by Russia. And with all these developments in Ukraine and Europe trying to cut down on that dependency, the IEA, the International Energy Agency, in fact, has provided a 10-point plan on what can be done in order to reduce this energy dependency on Russia, including no longer renewing some of the contracts and the prevention of any new contracts being entered into. And amidst all these developments, we also connected to the same issue. We see that some countries, for example, Germany and Norway, are exploring potential partnerships for a hydrogen pipeline, where hydrogen-based energy will be provided. And in fact, hydrogen is a source that has been largely untapped due to various reasons, and so is nuclear. Will these energy sources, these alternate energy sources, nuclear, hydrogen, come to the forefront amidst these developments in Ukraine? Well, only time will tell. Guess who's betting on cricket NFT? And that's none other than the legendary footballer Cristiano Ronaldo. Fancraze, which is a company which was created in 2020-21 time period in order to enable the International Cricket Council to sell exclusive digital memorabilia from their cricket collections. Well, that is already taking off in a massive way, with lots of interest being gathered towards it. And in a new round of fundraising, with over $100 million targeted, Cristiano Ronaldo is betting on this NFT craze as well. It's only a matter of time before NFTs simply take over all possible different ventures that one could think of. Are you in the NFT game? If not, it's better late than never. The legendary CEO of Starbucks is making a return. Well, he is coming back for his third stint as an interim CEO this time, and he is in fact set to take over this company, one company that he's famously known for bringing to a global brand on a global scale due to his leadership and the team that he had with him. Well, this time he's coming in a bit of a tough environment where he has to keep the shareholders happy, and not only that, even the employees who recently signed up and agreed to unionize despite Hobenschuh's request not to do so. Well, how well will he balance both these major stakeholders of Starbucks? Let's wait and see. Kohls, the biggest department store or the retailer in America, is facing some major uncertainty over their future. Well, their sales are down to a level of even below than what was their pre-pandemic, and this is despite the American consumers coming out there in numbers and having a record spending spree. And in fact, it points out to a long-term positioning of Kohls, where it was always positioned as a middle level player, which means they are facing severe competition from the lower level discount retailers, and in fact with the luxury retailers on a rebound, they are shaving off some of their market share as well. How long will Kohls be able to take it? And in fact, there are even talks of certain sell-offs and acquisitions up in the horizon for one of the iconic retailers of USA. On a final note, one full of inspiration. Exactly 10 years ago, in 2011, the Fukushima disaster took place, where a massive earthquake led to a major flood in the city, and in fact, one of the nuclear reactors was also damaged, resulting in massive deaths. People fled the city in massive numbers, but now the people are returning back to the city. There are stories of industries from various craft breweries to glassware item companies, and it just goes on to show that no matter how tough the times are, if the people are resilient, if people have the right attitude, any country can prosper. When will some countries learn? Your guess is as good as mine. That's it for this week. And no matter what business you may be in, have a profitable week ahead.